Let's do some climate change / beast system here.
Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to destroy the sun. I will do the next best thing. Block it out.
How dare you?
Climate change. Climate change.
Mass extinction.
Speaking of the beast system, beast system.
And this is truly a story that exemplifies one of our old ISOs.
I'll keep you warm and safe in my people's zoo.
The headline from dailymail.co.uk is Government announces UK's first net zero smart prison in Yorkshire, powered by solar energy, where inmates have tablets in their cells, but says all devices will be fitted with tough security to stop inmates browsing the internet. And a very interesting development here, using climate change as sort of a like virtue signaling the climate sort of ESG type of stuff while creating a prison. A zero emissions smart prison powered by solar energy that gives prisoners tablets and laptops in their cells is set to open in 2025. Construction from Kier will begin building the Category C facility in Full Sutton, East Yorkshire, this autumn at a cost of £400 million, the government has announced. Government said the new facility, the most expensive British prison yet, will be designed from top to bottom with the latest smart technology to cut crime and protect the public. Innovations will include in-cell devices from prisoners, including laptops and tablets, as well as quote-unquote cutting-edge security systems and an all-electric design. In response to potential concerns the public may have with regard to prisoners accessing devices, a spokesperson for HM Prison Service said, quote, all in-cell technology is fitted with the tough security measures, with tough security measures and cannot be used to browse the internet. Providing prisoners with laptops and tablets to access education and training so they can find work on release is proven to cut crime. And it goes on here, goes into some more detail of where it is. And they went with the X shape of the building instead of the K shape. And, they got pictures of the cell. It looks like a tiny dorm room. You got a bed, you got a little desk, a little window. And later on, James Bohr, tech expert and security consultant at Boris Group, told Mail Online that the term smart is often put in front of another word to add a bit of flair to a proposal. Really, this is a quote, really all a smart anything does, whether it's a prison, a city, or a car, is use technology to measure and improve services, he told Mail Online. Bohr also said the new facility could be an incredible achievement in rehabilitation of offenders, giving them much needed opportunities to develop useful skills and reducing the risk of reoffending. So, I thought this was a great microcosm of sort of the you will own nothing and be happy. And you think about the post C-19 world in which, everybody was on lockdown and everybody was on their devices. This is like a miniature experiment utopia from the perspective of the elite, so to speak, to have a smart prison where you have all this technology leveraged. And as a result, you have these inmates that are all being rehabilitated. They're healing from their criminal ways, or at least, what is considered a crime by the state. And I'm sure there's, horrific crimes in there, or criminals in there too. But it's just very interesting when you think about what these elite folks want, which would be the entire world being set up as one giant smart prison where, because right. they're busy, they're busy doing their own thing, do whatever. And so they have to allow the robots to do all the monitoring and even the rehabilitating, let them take care of that. So we can go, inject ourselves with Nephilim cells to become super sentient ascended masters or something. I don't know, whatever they're doing, so
it really is hilarious because, if there is any better metaphor for the technocratic, smart world of the future, there is no better metaphor than a prison.
Right.
That is the whole
the virtual
criticism.
panopticon.
of the World Economic Forum Great Reset is have everybody monitored, have everybody have a digital ID, keep them sort of sated with technology and convenience.
Yeah.
And what this leads to is us living in some sort of technocratic panopticon police state,
right,
or prison. And so it is just a perfect example of what they want to do. And I guarantee that this is being considered, a type of experiment that they can, we've talked about smart cities, and it's funny because you read about this smart prison,
right?
It is almost identical to the description of smart cities. The only difference is, I don't know, maybe it is in there somewhere, having vertical food growing.
I don't think they have all
that's
that
fertilized with their septic system and, a self-contained technocratic sort of utopia.
Perfect sewer surveillance, the whole deal. Yeah. It's by the way, it's an intranet, not an internet. Intranet being a network from within, so it's not something that people can.
So they can chat
outside
with each other.
Right.
You can have the prison chat rooms and forums.
Yeah, and the idea was, they can schedule their doctor's appointments or their whatever from their cell on their tablets now. Like, okay, great, wonderful,
and all of it sounds very humane, right? Mm-hmm. It sounds like, a very humane way to quarantine certain individuals away from society. I mean, you could see, especially after Australia's sort of enraging quarantine camps and sort of how some of them were prison-like, basically.
Yeah.
This is, hey, if we're gonna quarantine you away, if the government's gonna force you to disconnect from society, perhaps it's for a crime, or perhaps it's because you flew in from a undesirable country and we need to quarantine you for a month or whatever. Don't worry, we'll give you this iPad and you can go to the, use the robotic arms. Will serve you lunch in the cafeteria. You'll love it. You won't own anything, but you'll be happy.
You'll be definitely happy or happier or more happy as we deem you happy or fit.
Well, and it's interesting because there's the concept of being institutionalized. These people who spend most of their life in prison or whatever, they kind of get used to it. Mm-hmm. It's called being institutionalized, and you don't know how to operate in freedom, and you tend to prefer to be incarcerated. You get your 3 meals a day. You get your, you get taken care of like some sort of pet in a cage.
How the only difference between, somebody who might live in a smart city and be doing stuff, and these sort of these prisons that they're building here, these smart prisons, is, when I get out, I'll be able to access Twitter. That's like the only accessing social media. Not the, not all the other freedoms that come with being a free citizen of the world, but just thought it was a fun little thing here, and we'll keep an eye on how this is developing.
What country is this going on?
UK. This is Yorkshire.
Okay, good. Good job, UK.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.